Hello everyone, and welcome to my ex-Christian secular Bible study bonanza. Today I'm kicking off a series of videos on the true history behind the New Testament. I am here to help you deconstruct. If you want the full and complete picture, grab yourself a copy of the textbook titled The New Testament by Bart Ehrman and read along as I highlight important insights. I attempted to get permission from the publisher to quote from the book, but unfortunately they're not amenable to the terms and conditions of the major social media networks. Therefore, I'll be keeping the quotes brief and within copyright fair usage. My goal isn't to regurgitate the entire book, but to share things that made me go, oh shit, and help me along on my deconstruction journey and pursuit of spiritual truth. Dr. Ehrman is a biblical historian who left Christianity when he started to discover the truth of what we're about to discuss. His biography says, Bart Denton Ehrman is an American New Testament scholar focusing on textual criticism of the New Testament, the historical Jesus, and the origins and development of early Christianity. He has written and edited 30 books, including 3 college textbooks. He has also authored 6 New York Times bestsellers. Follow him, get this book, and also follow me because I talk about Christian deconstruction, witchcraft, and my spiritual journey. I've been told I'm funny too, but I'm not making any promises. Let's get serious. Some of the frequent criticism I receive is, why do I talk about the Bible if I'm no longer a Christian anymore? And the answer is this. One of the ways that I've healed my emotional wounds is to understand the true history of the Christian church. We were told lies, many, many lies, and one of the big ones is the inerrancy of the Bible. It's simply not true that there's one coherent theology that sprang fully formed out of Jesus' brain. That's as true as the Greek myth that Athena sprang fully formed from Zeus's head. Nothing comes into being in the physical plane in that way. It took 400 years to get the basics of Christianity decided, and Christian denominations are still quibbling over details a couple millennia later. Learning about how things came to be helped light up the dark corners of my soul to heal the frustration and confusion I felt for years due to the misrepresentations of the Christian church. Do I believe that all of my loved ones and respected church elders lied on purpose? No, I do not. Sure, some did, but many, perhaps most, were simply handing down what they had been taught. Still, misinformation is misinformation, and the best way to truth with a capital T is to start with truth with a lowercase t. So let's begin. In his introduction titled Why Study the New Testament, Dr. Ehrman says, the New Testament is the most commonly purchased, widely read, and deeply cherished book in the history of Western civilization. It is also the most widely misunderstood, misinterpreted, and misused. I'm interested as a former Christian who is constantly attacked for leaving the church and then daring speak about it openly. I'm interested as someone whose eyes have been opened to the realities of colonization, patriarchy, and white supremacy that were built on the back of Christianity and the New Testament. If one does not understand the New Testament, one cannot fully understand the course of history in the world we inhabit. I'm also autistic, and it turns out that the history of Christianity is one of my special interests, so you're gonna have to pry it out of my cold, unalived hands, at least until it lets me go. As a quick introduction to myself, I was raised in a Lutheran church, baptized as a baby, went through 2 years of confirmation and confirmed at age 13, and became involved in born-again Christianity when I was a teenager in the late 90s and early aughts. I went on summer mission trips with the shady organization Teen Mania, and in my early 20s, after what I saw there, I left Christianity. I was agnostic for many years, but after a spiritual awakening due to a serious illness in my mid-30s, I didn't settle on atheism as a lot of ex-Christians do. My personal theology is polytheism and pantheism. I identify as a witch because I use magic to progress on my spiritual path, and I'm a devotee of the ancient deity Hecate, cosmic world soul, goddess of witches and liminal spaces, guardian and protector, especially of the outcasts and the marginalized. I feel strongly that she opposes the Christian God's controlling, violent energy that's smashing the world today. So in a way, this series is part of my calling. I absolutely believe that the Christian God exists, but he's less than half the age of my goddess, has been causing unchecked harm too long, and needs to be put on blast. So let's do it. Let's put him on blast.